Hi, my name is Demardrick Banks, and this is my project management final over the company NatHealth. About the company. The company NatHealth was created by Dr. Patrick in 2011. The company is an ecosystem of companies to create a transformative global health, information, and next-generation pharmaceutical development network for the secure sharing of genetic and medical information, empowering doctors to treat patients with proven precision at the first point of care, and ultimately improving the lives of individuals everywhere. The company is currently in 6 countries with about 220 hospitals. NatHealth envisions a world in which cutting-edge developments in science and technology converge to advance one extraordinary mission: transforming healthcare for the benefit of every patient. Invest in the company. I would definitely invest in this company if the opportunity were to arise. I think with how advanced technology is right now, the company will most certainly be very successful. I also think with NatHealth being in the medical field, and there's always going to be a need for medical services for the rest of eternity, I also think that will play into the decision to invest in this company as well. Also, with there not very many companies like NatHealth that uses more scientifical approach with using more scientific approach with the medical related stuff, I think there wouldn't be many competition for that as well. And then NatHealth also has its own database system, and they even have their own cancer research protocol, which will attract a lot of new patients. Bottom line is this company will for sure be a big hit, and I see it taking the medical industry by storm. Realistic or feasible? Dr. Schun's plans is a realistic one. The fact that it's a medical related company just says so much about the levels of success the company can potentially reach. The type of medical practices the company uses can potentially have a savings of $33.5 million and a net savings of $13.76 million for Medicare costs. Also, there are so many success stories of the people who beat cancer due to NatHealth practices and their procedures. Dr. Patrick developed a special type of technology called Abraxane, which the sales for this are expected to reach billions of dollars in 2016. Applying academic principles. The academic principles that apply to Dr. Patrick's efforts are managing conflict, which every business or company, no matter where you work or the type of business is going to be, there's going to be some type of conflict. Not saying that, this company could have conflict, but just in case every company has it, like no matter what it arises, even like everywhere. And so this section of the book tells you about the way to handle the conflict when it comes to the project and all that kind of stuff, and how to potentially cope with it and to beat the conflict in order to not have it potentially cause you losing some good employees or mess up on good business deals and stuff like that. 2, risk planning. Anytime you start a new business, there's going to always be risks of the company failing and stuff like that. And so you have to ask yourself, what if this business goes under, or what if I'm not successful? This section of the book helps you with the analysis of that and how to properly plan for the risks. And then 3, budgeting. With every project or project expansion you're going to have to be spending money on the project and just on all the different things and stuff like that. And so with budgeting, it helps make sure okay, I'm spending the proper amount of money on this, I'm spending the proper amount of money on that, I'm not spending too much on this, and just making sure that all the money that you're spending on the project and the growth and that kind of stuff, that you're spending the proper amount of money and that you're not going over money, and that, because if you're ever over budget, that's going to be a bad thing. And so this section of the book just helps with planning the budget and improving with the estimating of the cost and everything. 4, project termination. Like risk planning, you have to make the decision to shut down your business or project if things aren't going as planned, or if you're losing a lot of money, or if everything falls behind, or just if something unexpected happens. And I'm pretty sure making that decision would be tough, but the section under the project termination section of the book just tells you about how to terminate, when to terminate, and how the whole process works. And then 5, information systems and monitoring. And with the company NatHealth, they use a lot of technology and systems and stuff like that. So this section would be used a lot for them. This section talks about the process of reporting the information and using computerized systems. It also talks about the proper way to design a monitor system and to manage and oversee the project. And I think 1, with their medical practices, they would use this section. And then 2, with the way that they're growing and branching out and stuff like that in all the different countries, this section would be very helpful for them for monitoring all the offices and stuff like that as well. The summary. The company NatHealth hasn't been around that long, So it's fairly new to a lot of people, and a lot of people don't know about it. Which me, for example, I didn't know anything about the company at all. Like I knew about some medical fields and stuff like that, trying to use scientific technology, but I didn't really know much about it. And based off of reviewing this company and stuff like that, I think this company will be very, very, very successful. Not only because of what I read about it, but just the levels that they can reach. Like there's so many levels that the company can still reach. And two, they're not even all over the world yet. They're in like they only have 220 medical offices, and I think they can get up to maybe in the thousands, maybe with like how big the world is. And then also the company is growing pretty fast as well too. And Dr. Patrick is very, very, very successful in the medical field, and just his background and resume is already full of so many successful things. So I'm pretty sure without a doubt this company is going to be successful. And then the company also, they use their own database system. They develop their own cancer treatment, which is very, very advanced method. And like I said, a lot of people have had success with that method. And then Nat Health is also like they're making a lot of money so far. Like like just the database system that Dr. Patrick created is projected to make $1 billion this year. And with all those things being said, like I said, I would definitely suggest everyone invest this company if the opportunity was to arise. And then also with applying the principles, I think the way the company is starting to expand and how the company plans to expand, that could like turn into like new projects and new stuff like that. And that's where having project management, either experience or having a project manager, will come into play, and they could use some of the stuff, the academic principles that we learned in our book. If anyone has any questions for me about any of the research I have or anything that's in my presentation, don't hesitate to ask. Thank you all so much.